In retrospect, 1976, LAPD Police Academy. Working with 4-inch revolvers, stainless steel, Smiths. We were taught point shooting, and up close you had two hands, and the pistol was down here, low. Your arms, your elbows were bent into your body, and your head was up. You were taught to crouch low and left, because we were told that all suspects shot high and right. Where that came from is beyond my comprehension. It is total BS. There's no way of quantifying that or verifying it. It's just a stupid thing, that somebody came up with and just latched onto and decided they'd come up with this philosophy. And of course, it just perpetuated itself and just carried over from one generation of officers to the next. Anyway, but you were taught, you came down here with either two hands or one hand. This hand in the old days would come across your chest at an angle, and that was for concealable body armor. And the theory behind that was that your hand across your chest would slow incoming projectiles into your body. Interesting idea. Valid or not, don't know. Probably had some merit to it, but imagine that. You come across here, so any round that you have incoming is going to be slowed down by your arm. But one of the things that did happen is I had shot for a while before I went into the academy. I knew how to a degree, how to handle a handgun and so forth. I had been, since 12 years old, I had been an NRA working small bore with rifle, 22. I was on the Fort Meade Junior Rifle Team in 1964, along with my father. Shot some competitions. I went through, got I think bar 12 or 13, something like that, and a couple of medals. Not really spectacular, but I knew how to shoot. And I knew the importance of sights. So one of the things that would happen is they get you out the academy and you're working on the bonus line, and if you've ever been to the LAPD Academy, you'll see it in older movies, Adam 12, Dragnet, TJ Hooker, and you'll see this long line of about 25, 24, 25 points, I can't remember. But in between, you have the asphalt lanes, and then you've also got grass in between. You've got all these markings. And at one point, I think it was at the 10-yard line, and we were still supposed to shoot from down here with both hands underneath and, your head up. And that the ostensible theory behind it was wherever you're looking, that's where your rounds are going to impact. Yeah, right, okay. Nice try. Anyway, I decided I was going to use my sights because some days I'd be off, some days I'd be on. Some days I would be, ladder displaced left or right. I wouldn't even get close to the target. Other days I'd be on. It was all by feel. And so this one day I'm back at the 10-yard line and I decide, you know what? I want to get dead center hit. So I brought the pistol up and I'm using my sights. I don't know if I got third, fourth round off, but all I remember was seeing this huge white light. I was gangster slapped onto the deck. The instructor, I won't mention his name, behind me was like a big guy, he's like 6'3" or 4. He had gangster slapped me from the right side. I recovered myself, picked the pistol up like this, and he said, he just goes, tears into me, you can't use your sights in a gunfight. Don't ever use your sights in a gunfight. Who do you think you are? Ripped into me. A lot of colorful French vernacular. And back then you didn't argue, because if you argued, that guy could fire you. He'd go, you know what, reach your unsat, boom, you're fired, get your hat and books, you're gone. They could literally fire you right there in the spot. Yes, sir, okay. So obviously years later I realized that was complete fallacy, what he was saying, but at the time, that's the way it was done. And can you imagine nowadays if a recruit got gangster slapped by an instructor for using a technique that was perhaps flawed, he'd probably go to federal prison. But back then, you just gathered yourself up, go, okay, I got it. And then once you once you graduated from the academy, then you got into real police work. And then you started understanding what it was that actually worked. And then once you went from standard police patrol and then into Metro and subsequently into SWAT, you started elevating to different levels of comprehension of techniques that actually worked, were verifiable in the field, that had been used on multiple occasions, and that actually proved themselves in real world shootings. So it was kind of interesting, but way back then, you use your sights, you're going to get nailed, for sure. 1976, LAPD Academy. Do not use your sights, ever. Nobody's ever used their sights. Oh, okay. Got it.